It's not working. It's not work. Oh, sorry. Hey, it is working. And we are back to episode number 51 of the Disney Dudes podcast. I have a very special person in my life. I wanted to come out of the said closet and admit my love for you, Taylor. How are you? I love you.
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Abbott?
I love that shirt.
Describe
the shirt you're wearing. Yeah, describe that shirt. What are we looking at?
This is the new Roosevelt shirt.
Stand up, do the twirl, do the twirl. You got to talk and do the twirl.
So this is the Roosevelt shirt. It is a Donald Duck exclusive.
Did they sell out of that one?
I don't know.
Gotcha.
I didn't look.
Because initially I was hesitant on the fence.
I didn't look because I was more preoccupied on the Little Sleepies, if you're not familiar with that.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Little Sleepies?
I am now through you.
Yeah. Well, they sold out of the Disney Princess pajamas for my little girls.
Sure.
I had one of each. I had one of two sizes. So I had 4 different things for them, and they sold out in less than 5 minutes.
Good. So this, like the baby game Roosevelt's, this is like the kids' version of Roosevelt's for, sad grown men.
Roosevelt's does it better, though.
Okay, compare and contrast. How so? Because I don't know anything compared to my Roosevelt's experience.
Roosevelt's, it's super easy.
Yep.
Little Sleepies, it's on Shopify, and it's a queue. And you got to enter the queue. And if you enter the queue, great.
Yeah.
But guess what? You've got people that are buying stuff and selling it on eBay.
Yep.
Like I'll give you this right now.
Okay.
There's a Disney Princess blanket.
Just a blanket.
$70 on littlesleepies.com.
Okay. Reasonable.
20 hours left, and it's at $197.
No.
There it is right there. So you have a bunch of real assholes. Go ahead and say it. That are buying and selling.
I'm in the market for a Roosevelt's, what they call a performance hoodie.
Yes.
I looked at the Roback ones. I'm still on the fence because I want to stay loyal to the Roosevelt's brand, and they never restock those. They don't restock, and that's fine. I'm about to buy the bullet and just get a basic, like, plain navy blue one, right?
Yeah.
Dark gray, whatever. But they had an exclusive on there that I did not. It was one of their drops on a Friday at like 12. And this one actually sat there longer than expected, right? It was a cool, like, dark, looks kind of like a Hawaiian, wavy kind of looking hoodie. Besides the point, it's selling on eBay. Of course, they have like a 3XL and a 2XL, each a piece, $175 all the way up to $300.
Jeez.
And that kind of stuff, I can wait.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all.
But point being, I do have a new shirt myself, and this is a prime example. If you see what I'm wearing, this is a Life is Good shirt. I've never had one before. I love this shirt. It is my new favorite Disney shirt. And actually, I wear this shirt as a casual shirt around the house. Very comfortable. But can you explain to me the significance of the shirt? This whole line just came out.
Yeah, because it's a Steamboat Willie Mickey.
Public domain.
Yeah, you can.
Public domain. Exactly. They're capitalizing on the Disney name. So if I show you, this is literally cut and paste, cut and dry for yours truly. It's no Donald Duck, polo uniform.
Yeah, but still,
it is Wet Willie. Look at this. Yeah. Anyway, besides the point. And it is sold out. So that's unfortunate. Sold out in no time. M's like, I'm on it. Boom. I love you, baby. I'm your sugar mama. Let's do this. But those are only words, not like real physical things.
Yeah.
But no, that being said, a lot of things have been happening. We haven't recorded for a while. We've been
busy. Super swamped.
What if how's life been for you?
It's been good. We're getting ready to open up 4 days a week, both offices.
That's exciting.
Oh yeah, it's Been hectic. Monday's a brand new day where we're going to be open 4 days a week, which is going to be,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm ready for. The good thing is the office will never close. Even when I'm on vacation, it will stay open.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I met the fellow that is stepping into the other role. And he is I've only been around him for a couple of hours. That was back last year in December when you were back home here. And great guy, super nice guy. Met the family, met the future. Not to put any pressure on anybody, bride to be, I'm assuming, betrothed, not engaged, but dating. But I guess no one listens to this, so that's a good thing. I hope they're not listening. No pressure. But point being is that unless you know something I don't, and I've screwed myself here, but you know what? Whatever. They're in Virginia, and we're here. But no, the future's bright for you and your business, and that's a big time.
The future's really bright for our podcast as well. I was telling you before we went live that I'm very everything you've been posting on the podcast has been A+ quality, and I'm glad you finally stepped up. I'm really happy.
The change, there's been a change. There's been a rejuvenation in regards to the outlook on the podcast.
Yeah.
And the way that I saw it was I was putting too much pressure on myself, but at the same time, looking at comparing what others were doing. You know, what are other people doing to be successful? What are other people doing to be, funny, popular? And that's not the intention here. I just want to do things that make me die laughing, that are Disney related and that are for our very niche kind of crowd demographic. And it's been fun lately. So the creativity has been bursting. It's been off the charts on both ends. That's what she said. And now we're back to square one because I did a "that's what she said" joke. That would fall flat in today's society or even on Instagram. So
there you go.
But we do have big plans coming up in the very near future. We have some big time guests. Okay. We have some big guests coming up. We are recording with a lot of great people. We have new friends of the podcast. We have old friends of the podcast that we are going to revisit. We're going on 2 years in May. In May of this year, because we're currently it's February 1st. Now they're recording 2024, which is hard to believe. We started back April, May-ish of 2022, right? So we're going on 2 years, and we've grown a whole lot more than I ever expected, and it's been a lot of fun. But that being said, there have been a lot of changes in the world of theme parks. A lot of changes, a lot of chit-chat, a lot of comparing and contrasting of things that dropped just yesterday. Okay? And if you look at, if you are into theme parks, we are theme park enthusiasts. We do love Disney World. We have a Disney World themed podcast or a Disney-based podcast. But at the same time, you can't help but recognize what's out there. And we mentioned it before, but it is Epic Universe. They dropped a bomb. Universal, we all knew, but we didn't know. And you don't know until you know. And there's something that I wanted to share with you. You may have already seen this, but we're just going to jump in. Okay?
All right.
And I want you to know, and yet again, I want to make sure that it shares. Let me know if you see this. Do you see it? You do see it, correct?
Yes, I can see. Yes.
Perfect.
There we go.
Be ready.
Over my 35 years, I've often been asked what my favorite ride is. My standard answer is the next one. We live by the ethos that the next thing we do is going to be better than the last thing we did. So even though we've created some really incredible experiences, we're always looking to how do we make the next one even better. And it really starts back with the origins of our business back in 1964 with the world famous Universal Tram Tour. And from there, we expanded and built the first standalone park at Universal Studios Florida which really became about writing the movies, and that was an invention of Steven Spielberg, taking them into those stories, not just the attraction experience, but blows it out into entire worlds. And the challenge became, what can we do next?
Where should we be if nobody tried to find out what lies beyond? Have you never wanted to do anything that was dangerous? You never wanted to look beyond the clouds and the stars?
We went to the fans and we asked them. And the answer was pretty compelling. Give us more of your great storytelling, more of the immersive environments, and do it in the most visceral manner possible. Universal Epic Universe is comprised of 5 incredibly themed worlds, and in those, over 50 unique, compelling experiences. The idea was to bring you to these worlds you couldn't otherwise possibly imagine. And to do that, we wanted to create a mechanism that allowed you to be transported into another world, and it starts at the very entrance of the park itself.
You'll enter underneath the Chronos, the first portal, where all the planets will align, and exhilarating discoveries await as you begin your journey into Celestial Park.
Celestial Park is a world in and of itself, where fans have come to seek the ultimate adventure.
It's where we put the park back into theme park.
It has beautiful landscaping, incredible water features, amazing dining experiences, fantastic shopping opportunities, and 3 spectacular attractions.
We'll get into it soon.
Constellation Carousel, a cosmos-inspired carousel unlike anything you've ever seen. Astronomica, where you can play with dancing fountains. And Starfall Racers, a dual-launch coaster where you race through the sky upon a shooting star.
And anchoring this incredible world is the amazing Universal Helios Grand Hotel. 500 rooms integrated into the park like no other theme park in the world.
And from here, you can jump into any world, portal like an adventurer to find all of the worlds you've ever seeked. How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk.
We made the dream a reality. The world's first dragon Viking utopia.
You soar with dragons and have a Viking adventure based on the great movie franchise.
And the ultimate wish fulfillment of flying dragons.
We have this great history with horror. So we thought, is there a way for us to breathe new life into the classic Universal monster family?
It's alive! It's alive!
Dark Universe, a world where Universal's classic monsters are reimagined in an ominous and chilling experience.
Everything you've ever wanted to experience with monsters is in this world.
When the fans told us to give us more of what we did really well, our thinking became, could we create another chapter of the wizarding world of Harry Potter?
In the wizarding world of Harry Potter,
is the
Ministry of Magic, you'll get to experience moments from both 1920s Paris from Fantastic Beasts and the British Ministry of Magic from the Harry Potter series.
The ride inside of that world, I can't tell you because it has to be a surprise.
You come to Universal Orlando, you're going to get this trilogy of storytelling that is unlike anything else in the world.
We'll have Super Nintendo World, where you can jump into the action and step into the world of Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and Donkey Kong.
You'll arrive in the most interactive, colorful world we've ever created.
You get to play in the world that you've only played on a screen.
Epic Universe represents a tremendous addition, almost doubling the size of Universal Orlando Resort.
Yeah.
This gives us the opportunity to bring people to Universal Orlando for an entire week of the most incredible experiences they can imagine. Universal Epic Universe changes everything you thought you knew about Universal Orlando Resort.
The overarching emotion that Epic inspires is what it's like to have your wishes ultimately fulfilled.
Beyond the storytelling and the immersiveness, there's an emotional component to each of the worlds.
The worlds that were chosen represent so many things for so many people, and they're so vastly different. thrill and fear and joy and all of it comes together in a type of experience that you have never been able to find anywhere else.
Everything that we do is really the culmination of decades of innovation and creativity and immersive storytelling. So we continue to perfect our craft, and Epic is really bringing it all to a whole new level.
Epic Universe is built on an amazing concept. The idea that you can go into a world through some kind of a portal and you come out in a world you never could dream of, you can experience it. I think it's going to just feed the imagination of so many people of all ages.
Wow, wow, wow.
What I think we're trying to do most is give people the opportunity to really experience the full thrill of being alive.
I'm telling you, I'm very excited. I am a big old school. I mean, I really like the old school horror movies.
Oh,
I mean, that blows Disney out of the water on all levels. It really does. And everything that they're saying is like, it's almost like I'm gonna equate them right now.
mm-hmm.
They're taking what Walt Disney made Disney be like.
Yeah, yeah.
What they're doing it in the 21st century.
I've seen little clips of that video, that trailer, that teaser here and there, but I haven't watched it in its entirety until now. And I wanted to do that for a specific reason, right? Had you seen that yet?
No, I had not.
You seen that? Did you get the goosebumps that I got?
Yeah, I really did.
I have not felt that since I was a child. That looked incredible.
Oh,
that looked, I mean, the definition of epic, right? I think I told you last episode that Universal they've been plucking Imagineers left and right.
Yeah.
The creative of the most creative to help create Epic Universe. And they just giving them the keys to the kingdom. Letting them have free reign. And here it is. It looks, and you can spend they want you to spend a whole week there.
I mean,
you can spend you spend a whole day. And I've been watching the videos, like the construction updates. There's a guy, he's a YouTuber named PC Dev. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay. He does a great job. He's more, he was kind of, I'd say at one point he was more probably 60-40, 60 Universal, 40 Disney, but still would give Disney love, still would go to the parks. But the more he was just very vocal about the lack of creativity, the lack of the budget, the decisions that Disney made. And we don't have to go on all that. We had the WTF Disney episode from last year. Go back and watch that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to late the episode to say that now. But he has officially dropped vlogging or YouTube, whatever it is, doing videos on Disney. He's very popular. He's got a big following on YouTube. And he does some neat stuff. Like he did a whole review on Victoria and Albert's at the Grand Floridian. That kind of gives you the standard of the kind of stuff that he was doing. You know, parks, restaurants at the Walt Disney World Resort.
Yeah.
But he's no longer doing Disney because he says the Disney crowd, the Disney fandom, the Disney cohort, so to speak, is toxic, is conflicted, doesn't know which way to turn, they complain. We're pretty much, we're not complacent, and we love what we love, and we don't. A lot of people are opposed to change, but there's no new. And I'm not trying to hash it out or revisit old topics that we've covered, but because of the decisions they made, they can't afford to make these kind of, liberal, creative, money-driven, original ideas and stories.
I mean,
which are going to be, and Universal is taking the world by storm. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop the bomb on you and the podcast. We are officially the universe. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We'll always be Disney first. Disney's at the core of what we do, but we have to appreciate. I do like Universal Studios, but obviously it's limited now. It's a lot of fun. It's way too expensive for what they offer. It's not Disney, but that within itself, there's no comparison, right? There's no comparison.
There's none. There's none.
But at the same time, to me, this brings up the topic of our episode. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this makes us go back and think about, what makes us enjoy not just Disney, not just movies, but at the heart of the Disney experience, which is, yes, the animation. That's where I'll stem from. Who's on my chest, right? My big, burly, pulsating, veiny chest.
Yeah.
The mouse, the animation, the dream that Walt Disney had, right? But there are certain things that we all get from the parks, and they may be overlooked, they may be popular, they may be mainstream or not. But I think we need to kind of just scratch the surface on some of our favorite guilty pleasures of the Disney parks. I was thinking maybe we could break it down by park. And for me, I was going to jump into Magic Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
For me, the one I always go to, and I actually found a new one that I know is always overlooked. But to me, I always make it a point. Carousel of Progress. People hate it. People can't stand it. People think it's old. I almost fell asleep during it. But I'm telling you, it's got a cult following. That is one of my number one guilty pleasures of the Magic Kingdom. That and the Swiss Family Robinson house. You can get some of the absolute.
I'm not judging you on that. I mean, I agree.
You probably judge me on the Carousel of Progress.
No, I wouldn't. I don't judge you on either of those.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. But to me, that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. Where would you start if you were put on the spot, Magic Kingdom, your go-to, the definition of a guilty pleasure is something you enjoy. Sure, we all enjoy the Magic Kingdom, but things that are overlooked, but you enjoy. You get more pleasure out of than the status quo.
The People Mover.
That's a good one. I think pretty much all of Tomorrowland.
It really
Honestly.
is. I mean, yeah, and they have upped. All right, I would go with also saying. I would go with also probably saying Country Bear Jamboree and Haunted Mansion, but Country Bear Jamboree, we'll see how this new revision is.
Liver Lips turning into Romeo something McGraw. That would make sense.
Yeah.
He's a bear.
And you know who it's going to be? Probably it's going to be Tim McGraw. Probably.
We hope so. Got a white stain on my white T-shirt.
Yeah.
He was killing me. You were killing me. If you had a McDonald's, a Donald mini skirt, that would kill me. No. But yeah. So maybe 10 years ago. 5 to 10 years ago, Haunted Mansion would have been a guilty pleasure, but because of the movie, obviously it's got a resurgence of popularity.
Yeah.
I don't know how popular it was when Eddie Murphy kind of put his name on it. But to me, the thing that I enjoy most about Disney, and honestly, I have a great time with my kids, but I hate to say it, some of the most memorable times have been just
you and Emily.
Yeah, me and him just doing the adult thing. Something that's easily overlooked, not often advertised, the monorail bar crawl, the seasonal old fashioned at the Enchanted Rose of the Grand Floridian. I mean, give me an absolute break. You never know what you're going to encounter. That's the type of Disney Disney magic I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the one guilty pleasure, I'm telling you, there are actually two, and this is food related, right? Obviously, anything Mickey shaped is going to be good because the egg rolls, yes, but that has picked up in popularity. That has picked up. There's always a line.
We recommended them to
Yeah.
a family. They had never been to Disney World.
Oh, wow.
Patients of mine.
Yep.
Recommended, and they said that was by far the best thing they had at Disney.
Which one did they have?
They had the cheeseburger.
Yep. That's it. The dipping sauces, everything for the cheeseburger.
Yep.
Have you had in the confectionery, you walk in the main entrance, not down the little alleyway, right? You walk in the main entrance of the confectionery across from the Emporium, and you get your customized popcorn. To me, that is the best bang for the buck. It'll last you all day. They give you a to-go container. We got 3 giant. It's one size. It's just one size, and I think it's like $10, $15 per popcorn, but it's unlimited toppings.
Not bad.
It's not bad, and the combinations the kids had was like anywhere from chocolate to, gummy bears and what is it? The sweet and sour. What are those things? They're the gummies. I can't think of the name of them, but it doesn't matter. The different combinations. We were eating off of that for the entire day. That when we were hungry, not only did it save money, but that I had heard about it, and I was like, hey, we got to go try that out. M, of course, was the one that remembered to get that one item. Yeah. The kids had a great experience watching them make it. It was interactive, and they got to try different samples of different combinations of popcorn with different flavors. So we definitely got even more bang for the buck. And they didn't even ask for those samples, right? It's like you walk into a Costco, and the people that are giving out the free samples are lined up for you, begging for you to try their sample. Try this, try that. I'm like, okay, easy, people. We're just trying to order some popcorn, but it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. But to me, I think the greatest guilty pleasure from maybe, I don't know if you could do it during the fireworks, but it would be, I would say it's a toss-up between Carousel of Progress, but I think for me, I go back to the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse and the Tiki Room. Love the Tiki Room. I haven't ridden it since I was a kid, but I know for a fact.
You haven't done the Tiki Room since you were a kid?
Since I was a child. I never did it when they redid it with, Iago, thank you. Where it fell flat. You do know, before we jump into the next park, you do know that the Tiki God that was disrupted and was the animatronic, the big animatronic that would come up, right, to curse Iago, or is now the Tiki God in Trader Sam's. If you order the look at the meme that I created. Is like when the look you make when you order the Aoa, that Tiki God that lights up in Trader Sam's is the animatronic repurposed on the wall. Yes, it's the same one from the Tiki Room from the 90s. From the 90s going into I think the early 2000s. And there's a very good video on the
actually it was
ins and outs.
It was even to 2010.
It was long. It was way too long. It was way too long. But it was it was low budget, easy to maintain, and people only did it at one point just to get out of heat, right?
Or get out the rain.
Or the rain.
Yep.
In the Tiki Room. But and it was Michael Eisner was the one that forced. And it was right around the same time Alien Encounter was being tested, put in Tomorrowland, and then repurposed as Stitch, the Stitch Encounter. But point being there is that I never experienced that. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because my only memory is the classic Walt Disney Tiki Room, right? But that actual Tiki God, you interact with it, it's right there on the wall. Even though Trader Sam's Grotto is teeny tiny, like a shoebox.
Yeah,
it's the coolest experience, and I never knew. And once I realized that, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I got to experience that same type of animatronic, but in a drunken stupor as an adult. So that's the way you have to do it. My next park, and I'm going to jump into it, and I have done no preparation. Normally, I kind of vet things, and I do prep, and I write notes, and I do whatever. Epcot. And I'm going to put you on the spot. It looks like because you're looking down, you're looking at your phone.
Yeah.
Epcot, go.
All right. Guilty pleasure for Epcot. I would say, don't judge me on this.
Too late.
Spaceship Earth.
Love Spaceship Earth.
I would say Spaceship Earth. The Mexican, the Grand Caballeros. The Grand Fiesta.
Grand Fiesta tour.
Yes.
I'm gonna save the.
Save me.
You butchered
save
it a touch. Save you. Donald
me.
Duck, save you.
I would say those two.
Yes.
Plus, I mean, I really liked when it was the Norwegian.
Maelstrom.
The Maelstrom, yeah. I liked those three. My new guilty pleasure, 100% though, is Guardians.
But things that are overlooked? Things that are overlooked that you like? Because I mean, hey, I am
things that are overlooked that I like. I'll go.
Yes.
All right.
I'm there with you on Guardians.
You ready?
Yes.
The building. I used to like the old Epcot before they redid everything. I really did.
Okay.
But the building that you can cut through if it's raining to go to Guardians. That's a building that's overlooked. That is one of my favorite buildings because it's a multi-purpose building.
Are you talking? First thing that popped in my head was the Odyssey building, which is way too far away. It's closer to the World Showcase.
Yeah.
What building are you talking about where Connections Cafe is? That area?
Yes.
Like Club Cool?
Yes.
That is an underrated space.
It is because you can stay there for hours at a time, especially if it's raining.
Yeah.
You can go like when we were there.
Yes.
And it was pouring down rain.
Every time you go.
Yeah, pretty much every time we go. We went from Finding Nemo, to Guardians, and we went through Connections Cafe for, I kid you not, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
To escape the rain, and it was well worth it.
Oh yeah. We had walked by.
My underwear was already soaked, and my pants are already soaked. And
well, weren't they soaked as soon as you saw Guardians or Road Guardians, or made eye contact with like the visual version of Chris Pratt?
Well, yeah, it was after we'd seen each other.
I don't get that reaction from you. I get that when I look at Figment.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry.
So that's just that.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Right. I'm into purple dinosaurs that fit in my back pocket. You're into the real deal. I get it. I've seen myself in the mirror. It is what it is. But no, Epcot, keep going. Come on, you must be butter because you're on a roll. Come on.
No, I mean I would say those are the main.
Yeah.
Spaceship Earth 100% is my.
Absolutely.
Because not many people. I mean, you can get on that thing. If you're having a terrible day, your feet are hurting, you get in there and just relax. Get an AC, ride around. It puts
Give me one moment. Everything disconnected.
Can you hear me? Hola. ¿Cómo está? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm so sorry about that. My AirPods just disconnected for whatever reason.
Okay.
But keep going.
No, I was just saying that Spaceship Earth, you can get on that, ride it around.
Yeah.
You could fall asleep on that sucker. And especially if it breaks down.
Oh,
it is
the best.
Because the last times it's broken down on us, it's when we've been going backwards. And it's like, it's crazy.
Right towards the end. You're supposed to interact with your screen for your future tomorrow.
It's either pitch black, got the stars in the sky, or it's got the earth.
Yep.
And it's just getting ready to drop you down.
At the very top.
It's cradling you. And it does. The perfect sleeping position.
You're literally coming, no pun intended, full circle, and you are back in mommy's womb.
Exactly.
Exactly it. Not weird, but kind of weird, but still.
But it's the truth.
All right.
What's yours?
For me, Epcot, number one. Now, World Showcase, I do have to go into Mexico Grand Fiesta Tour. I love that ride. That is a staple. I've always loved it. I remember it as a child.
We didn't ride it this past time.
How come?
Because the line was out the door.
Why? Because of the rain?
Raining. Yes.
I get that. Yikes. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So this time, when April comes around, because you're going what to the what? Because I'm 17th to 22nd.
The 13th through the 20th.
Got it. Don't bring that shit with you. Okay.
We're bringing ponchos. We're bringing all the rain gear just to be prepared.
Wetsuits, ponchos.
Yeah, I'm not bringing sunglasses this time. I'm just bringing
goggles. A diver's suit, like
a snorkel.
A snorkel. Flippers. Just walk in, just like, sir, the forecast is at least for the next 7 months, 80 degrees, not a cloud in this. You shut your mouth.
Yeah,
you shut your dirty mouth. You don't know me and what I'm bringing with me.
No. Yeah. No. Not at all.
Oh, that's funny. But no. But I bless you with beautiful skies, beautiful weather, because I'll be there. Probably the first few days while you're there. It may be a little wet, maybe a little more precipitation than is anticipated towards that time of the year. But that Wednesday we roll into town, the clouds will dissipate. But if I had to go into my thing, yeah, Grand Fiesta Tour, but my number one, absolute number one, and I still rack my brain going into it, I'd be remiss to say Spaceship Earth. Journey into Imagination. Journey into Imagination is the way to go. Enjoy it. Last time it was just me and him. We wrote it together. All I got was just like the death stare the entire time. You need to tap into your imagination. And it doesn't
One little spark of imagination.
It doesn't have to be that daggum loud as you're riding the ride. Oh my gosh. It's the most annoying. And I always regret riding it like a quarter of the way into the ride.
Well, we did it for the first time this past time.
You've never ridden?
No, until this past time.
Oh God. And the thoughts are?
Everybody loved it, except when we got to the smell and the skunk.
Got you. Yes. Those are coffee grinds. That smell, really? That's like, yeah, it's like a version. Yeah. They're like a synthetic form of coffee grinds. Yeah.
Oof.
You knew about that going into it, right?
No, I had no clue.
You didn't know about that?
I didn't know anything about it because
that's good. That's a good thing. Okay, that's a good thing. So that could be maybe not my two, right? Yeah, drinking around the world. And just to kind of tell you the way we're going to be going about it, we're planning Thursday to go to Epcot. I've got the arm tattoo. I've got a tattoo to put on my arm to check off the countries for drinking around. We are planning to go to Hollywood Studios as of now. Because Saturday is the day before our 10-mile race that me, Em, and Marco, we're gonna meet up with them.
Hey, Abbott.
Yes.
You remember the VIP tour?
I do. I'm not a person to say, hey, Taylor, remember that thing you mentioned? I'm a person that...
We're booking it in the next, week.
Then we have to have some conversations.
Yeah, we do.
Because my 60-day window is not until February 17th. So I had time. Obviously, I had time until then. But we will table that for now. But if I had to get back to what I was saying, my last epic guilty pleasure is Living with the Land.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. I love that one. The last time I wrote it, I was so excited that we had run the half marathon the day before, and I was sleep deprived.
Yeah.
And I had already started. I had unfortunately had a drink 4, like that morning. Like we got there, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be at Connections Cafe," like kind of wake myself up, like a little. No, I had the whatever the Viking coffee. It's the yeah, and it's got a little good stuff in it. I fell asleep. I fell asleep halfway through, and I was drooling, and M had to wake me up, and I was like, "Dadgummit, I missed it." But I love that ride. I have good memories as a kid of doing I forgot the name of the tour, behind the scenes tour. I did that as a child, and I have great memories of doing that as a kid.
Yeah.
Next up. You ready? Animal Kingdom. You go.
Watching the gorillas.
Is that the self-paced walking tour? That I've never done that. I've seen it. I need to do it.
It's the funniest thing in the entire world.
I've never done it.
The last time we did it, we haven't done it the past 3 times.
Okay.
The last time we did it, the gorillas put on a show.
How so?
They know that you're standing there.
Mm-hmm.
And last time there were a couple gorillas that were pooping. And they were pooping in their hands.
Okay.
And then slinging it towards everybody.
Can they reach people? I assume they can't.
Bridge. It was hitting the bridge where everybody was standing.
Are those the howler monkeys near Kali River Rapids?
No.
Or gorilla go like silverbacks?
These are like the
big ones.
Yes.
Okay.
They were legit like launching it like.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Ugh.
It is it's funny as all get out to see that.
Okay. Because you had me thinking like, well, and the reason I say that is because I'm taking a sidetrack here. When I was in college, I did a trip to Costa Rica, right? Did a mission trip to Costa Rica. And
are there gorillas down there?
No gorillas, but lots of monkeys, specifically howler monkeys.
Okay.
And howler monkeys are the monkeys that swing on the vines right there in front of Kali River Rapids, right there, or Kali or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we were at the site. It was on the northwest corner on the Pacific side. It was in Brazalito in the Guanacaste region of Costa Rica, and it was a beachside hotel we stayed in on the Pacific side of Costa Rica. Beautiful, beautiful area. And we were helping build like laying the foundation and putting like cinder blocks on for like a computer lab for a Catholic school there, right? And we kept hearing monkeys, like howler monkeys, from a distance in trees, right? And we kept feeling intermittently throughout the day like little pellets, little things hitting us, and we didn't know if it was raining because it's a tropical climate, and we're looking around and we don't know what's going on. And then we hear this, and there was one that was like, we could finally saw one shitting in its hand and like doing like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like sky hook, like in one of the lower hanging limbs, and it was like splattering. Finally, one of them had loose stools enough to like landing on our clothes and starting to stain our clothes, and it smells like, oh wait, it's pure poop. It's guano. It's shit. And finally, we're just like, what the? And so we went into like a little contained area, and then we hear this like whole like ruckus. Like something, it sounded like 50 different monkeys were like combining together to form one giant howler monkey itself, like the final boss kind of situation. And you're like, and it was one of them. And it looked like he was being encouraged by the other howler monkeys to climb a power line or a power pole. He climbs the power pole, and I'm watching this, and I still have the picture. It's somewhere back home in Sumter, my parents' house, on one of those like, slide, like the disposable cameras where you wind it up. That daggum thing climbed up.
Electrocuted, doesn't it?
The transformer starts shaking the transformer. It goes, and it fireworks, like a Disney World. And that thing flew. It's an explode. That monkey flew with its limp arms and just went. And you didn't hear, you heard like, and then like fireworks. And I never seen anything like that. You know, stuff you may see like on the internet, TV. This is pre-internet. This is like 2001. And I see this monkey go, shake it, and then explode. And that monkey flew. And there was like a trail smoke or a trail of smoke behind it. And it flew, and you never heard it land because it was like kind of like the forced perspective was kind of far away, but we could hear it and heard like, goo, and it just flew. And I stood there with my mouth agape, and I went click. And I got a picture of not the monkey. I didn't get the monkey, but I got the transformer, but I definitely got the smoke. It was just out of frame. I didn't get the monkey. It's one of the funniest things I ever saw. It was incredible. I have a heart for howler monkeys, but regardless, if we had to get into Animal Kingdom, do you have any other? I'm trying to recover from that one. Do you have any other guilty pleasures? We still have one part. Do you admit that Animal Kingdom is a half-day park based on what you're
100%.
Why?
Like, we can get it done in 3 hours.
If you take your time at Animal Kingdom, it's the best park. It is the best park if you don't have an agenda. It's huge. Do you ride a few rides a few times? Sure.
Yeah.
Single rider for Expedition Everest, but
I want to do that more than one time this park or this trip.
Have you only ridden it one time? Did you ride it?
No, I've ridden it twice.
Okay. You rode it twice for the first time, or you've ridden it twice like on different trips?
Different trips.
Oh, okay. And you just rode it this past time, last year in November, right?
Yes.
And it didn't fail, didn't miss like Rock and Roller Coaster.
I would say this the second time I rode it was way better than the first.
Got you, because we knew what to expect.
I knew what to expect, but it was just, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was as rickety as the first time I rode it.
Well, they do repurpose it. It's just such, if you know what to expect, it only gets better because you know what to expect, you know what you're going to feel, and then it just takes you to a whole other level.
Yeah.
Especially when you go backwards. That's the best part.
Yes.
But anyway, all right. I do see what you mean by saying that Animal Kingdom is a half-day park. I could not agree more. If you have kids, but as an adult, and I know that's something that is not an option at this point, doing the Disney adult thing. It's inevitable when your kids get older, like mine. But it's definitely, that's a bucket list type thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, for me, I would say, I would like to say that the train ride, Rafiki's Planet Watch thing.
Never done it.
That's not a bucket list thing. That is a giant damn waste of time.
Okay.
The train takes forever. Yeah, you get to kind of see like the rehabilitation, this and that. But yet again, it comes down to the individual preference. They have a petting zoo type thing where I don't want to touch the animals. I don't want to smell like the dirt and the pee because they pee on themselves to like a self-preservation thing, defense mechanism. I don't want no. I love animals, but I love to look at animals. Like snow, love snow. I don't want to go out in the snow. I'll look at snow.
You don't like to play in the snow?
Snow's bullshit. It's cold. It's wet. I don't like, that's why I live in South Carolina. Wow. Now, I live in an area of South Carolina where it snows more often than other regions.
I'm getting back to my roots of liking the snow and the ice.
Okay, well, you have been brainwashed by your family. Yet again, swing and a miss for you. Come back to the light, Carol Ann. Come back to the light, Taylor. Do not fall into the white trap, okay? Florida does not snow there, and if it does, then, well, Revelation. Yeah, Revelation's whatever chapter, verse.
Yeah.
Blah. But guilty, to me, there are the guilty pleasures that I have.
I know land is a guilty pleasure.
The whole land is a guilty pleasure, is that what you said?
Yeah, because nobody really
No.
goes there anymore.
2. I got 2 for you. You ready? But this is adult. No. Wait. 4. Kali River Rapids. Love that ride.
Okay.
And please check out our POV full ride experience YouTube video. Have you had a chance to see it?
I did.
And
After
officially has the
after
most.
I
It
was,
now has the most views of all of our YouTube videos, and then some.
how many does it have?
It's getting on to 400, but yes, it's racking up, and we've increased our subscribers by 4 since we've introduced new POV videos, which we are diversifying our palette of videos. But back to what I'm trying to say, if I had to get into it, I would say Kali River Rapids. Love that ride, especially like in January, but I've only done it in November. In February, great ride. Dinosaur is another one.
Yes.
Love Dinosaur. Number 3 is oh gosh, what's the name of that? Oh, it's the lounge, the Tarrant. No, the other one. Where Jimmy is.
For what?
Jimmy, bartender Jimmy.
Oh, the dinosaurs, or it's the
Restaurantosaurus Lounge.
Yeah, Restaurantosaurus, yeah.
Restaurantosaurus Lounge. It looks like a tent. That is a number 1, but I would say the number 1 overall, Jimmy is best bartender in Disney, hands down.
Yeah.
Rick, Walt Disney World beer guy, recommended him. Oh my gosh, that guy's incredible. He's always there. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Nomad Lounge. Nomad Lounge. I did it once. We got the server that Rick said, if you ever get this server, I can't think of his name, but he was incredible. That is the ultimate guilty pleasure from as an adult, as a grown man, whoever you are. If you are listening, you should listen. Number 1, our last park. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Go.
Guilty pleasure, Hollywood Studios, Mama Melrose.
Absolutely. I could not reverberate that. So I've been there twice, loved it every second, and it gets so much hate.
I had one this past time.
Okay.
Cars.
I've never done it.
It's not bad. They change it from time to time. From each, like when I say time to time, from each show is a different show.
Okay.
And you can go in there and it's about 20, 30 minutes. You can sit down, relax. Nobody goes to it.
And you never, and I never knew it existed until within the past. I didn't realize it existed until maybe the past 2 years, maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had that.
Yeah.
It's right there by Rock and Roller Coaster, right?
Yes.
Man.
I mean, obviously Rock and Roller Coaster now that I've done it. I would say another Indiana Jones.
That one gets easily. Well, that one's been booked. I mean, because of the popularity of the movie, The Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, but
I know there's been an uptick.
But
right?
I mean, think about it.
It's
been there. It's been there forever.
Yeah.
I hope it stays there forever.
Hopefully.
I want to go there and see it this time because I haven't been in probably 25, 30, not 25, 30, probably 20 years. I haven't gone to see it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But you can go in there. You're covered.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else. Guilty pleasure. You showed it to me, or Marco showed it to me this
What's
past
that?
trip. Millennium Falcon. I had no clue it was that back there.
You didn't know Smuggler's Run, that ride?
I knew the Smuggler's Run was back there, but I didn't know that the Millennium Falcon was back there like itself.
You didn't. You had no idea.
No clue.
And it blew your mind.
Yes.
It's incredible. Yeah. It's so cool. And when you go through the queue of Smuggler's Run, you get to see inside of it, the detail, everything. The whole thing's incredible. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, it's worth the price of admission right there.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Could not agree more.
Yeah.
I discovered a new one. To me, the old fashioned, and I'm all about my bourbon. Old fashioned at Brown Derby.
Yeah.
Their seasonal old fashioned it's not Enchanted Rose, but their version, spot on. And they had a pecan, whatever, honey old fashioned. And I don't like my old fashions too sweet. I like a good balance. But this one just perfect. Absolute perfect. Had a good nutty flavor. And it had a lot of good things going for it. But for me, I would say I found new guilty pleasures this time around, this past time around, when it was just me and him. After we kind of parted ways, we went to Baseline Tap House when the bottom fell out. And we hung out, I think, a little bit longer than y'all did because y'all had the little ones. Y'all had to get out of there. And that's when y'all started your trip. And that's when, obviously, ironically, we were ending our trip on that same night, that overlap. But Baseline Tap House, the day before, when we were there with M's folks, that Friday, the day before y'all came, even though the parks were absolutely ridiculously crowded, and Genie Plus, I should have asked for a refund. I guaranteed I would have gotten one.
Yeah.
Because none of the Lightning Lanes worked that afternoon, but we were just baked and tired and way too many people. And it does bottleneck right there where Sci-Fi Lounge is, or Sci-Fi Theater, whatever, dine-in, can't talk, right beside ABC Commissary, coming to Baseline Tap House. But we had the absolute best time drinking some beers, relaxing, and the people watching. The people watching where it bottlenecks is awesome. But that's if you're lucky enough to get a table, right?
Yes.
I do also think getting a treat right there. I can't think of the name of. It's got a California theme type of architecture right there. The little quick service areas right next to Tower of Terror. You know, if you're walking down Sunset Boulevard on the left-hand side, that is easily overlooked. People just get their food, eat, go. That is a great place. Has great shade to just kind of relax. People watch. But the one thing, and you could say Star Tours, you could say this, you could even say the Frozen Sing-Along is a guilty pleasure. So the last two I'm going to give you for Hollywood Studios, one are the meet and greets in Star Wars Launch Bay.
Yeah.
Those are easily overlooked.
Yeah.
The meet and greets with the characters. And I used to not be a big character person because I didn't know how to interact with said cast members, characters, and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you something. The way that Chewbacca treated my daughter when she was dressed as Rey, it was emotional. It was incredible. In the way that Darth Vader interacted with my kids, with us, it was awesome. Come to the dark side. I mean, it was so cool. And you got to, and it wasn't just a quick picture. They spent time with you. They talked with you. They had a conversation with you. The kids were just like, their jaws were hitting the floor and they just couldn't talk. Mason was like, I'm going to fight Darth Vader. I'm going to beat his tail. I'm going to cut his arm off with my lightsaber. I'm like, well, it's plastic first and foremost. You got to think this one through. But he did not know what to say. And even the interaction with BB-8 was incredible. So that, to me, and the lines weren't long. The longest we waited to meet a character was BB-8, and that maybe lasted 20 minutes. It was a posted 40-minute wait. That took about 20, 25 minutes. That was well worth it right there, right? Yeah. And I was blown away with how it interacted. The cast member did facilitate, of course, but that's how it's supposed to be. It was awesome. It was awesome, the interaction, the level of immersiveness. But to me, the number one guilty pleasure of Hollywood Studios is the window shopping. I had a moment where I had to go to the bathroom, which is often.
Yeah.
It's called IBS. No one's listening to the podcast at this point.
Yeah, no.
And I was going through like the Carthay Circle. It's the last merchandise, so the last shop. If you're walking down Sunset Boulevard towards Tower of Terror on the right-hand side,
Yeah.
got a little marquee in front of it. But going through those shops, especially at Hollywood Studios, not just you have the help me out. I'm thinking ABC Commissary because my brain's stuck on stuck on Hollywood Studios, but the giant shop in Main Street, USA, right?
Yes.
So like all those things are connected, different facades, but they have so many different unique shops at Hollywood Studios, and if they're not crowded, you can just get lost looking at the merchandise, looking at the history, because they have little Easter eggs, artwork, and a lot of different things that just absolutely are easily overlooked, but stand out if you actually have the time, take the time. And to me, that is the number one guilty pleasure of Hollywood Studios is just the window shopping, you know. But that never happens for most people that listen to the podcast.
Well, I'll tell you. Another thing I'll tell you is there was when you walk into the park on your left, you walk out of the park on your right hand side. You know that?
What is that? Yeah, what is that? Yes.
They used to have memorabilia there. They used to have signed photos of like all these actors and such.
I didn't realize that.
And I miss it. They used to have that. They used to have props in there for sale.
Yeah.
And now I don't even know what's in there. I haven't been in there.
That's an area where they do they bring out different, it's not just rare characters, but that's where they do training for new cast members that are characters, like meet and greets.
Well,
they kind of do that there in that area.
Well, yeah. There you go.
So, yeah, that's from what I've seen online, different videos I've seen. And it's not that I do extensive research of like every nook and cranny of the parks, but
I will tell you, I do miss Hollywood Studios back when it was Hollywood Studios and the backlot tour and stuff like that. And like
yeah.
Love this awkward silence we're sitting in. Well, yeah, I have 16% battery left on my computer. Just giving you a heads up.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. I've made a couple of bonehead mistakes tonight where this is what you don't do, and this is called Bush League, and how you know we're not a top tier podcast, is when you
can't even make it out of the first round of a This or Dat podcast.
Thanks for bringing that up. And yet again, this.
I felt like I was like a number 16 seed.
You were
when we were actually like a 4 or 5 seed. We got upset in the first round.
That was not an upset. They were a cut above.
Yeah.
They were a cut. They had more. You don't touch the rope drop radio. Rope drop radio is a big one. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've actually been interacted with them. And maybe we can do some crossover. I would love to cross swords with them one day, like lightsabers, in a way, and that would be a fun thing. But this or that, if we had to go into it, and actually our latest post is up to 94, because tomorrow you could be trampled by wildebeests.
True.
Yeah. But no, this or that, if we had to get into it, because this is kind of B-roll, and that's fine. They're up to 1,900, so rest assured we're fine.
Yeah.
But anywho, no, I appreciate the input. I appreciate the feedback, because I mean that we could go into it for a long time.
Yeah.
We could pinpoint. We could, try to break down, do this, that, and the other. But regardless, I think that's pretty much everything that we attempted to cover. We definitely covered a lot tonight, and this was a long overdue episode. In this one, we will post. It will premiere probably Sunday night with the time that I have, because tomorrow night is my downtime night, and I do nothing but just watch TV. But that being said, what is the countdown for your vacation? I'm putting you on the spot. How many days? Open your My Disney Experience app and tell me how many days until your Disney vacation.
Oh,
Because I will tell you mine. You tell me yours, I'll tell you mine.
I forgot. I can just do it right here. My Disney.
For sure. Yep. I'm already there. Well, I'm waiting. Yep, I got it.
Where do you see it?
So what you want to do, open the app,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Go to the home on the bottom left. Scroll down to, it says, hello, your name. The balloons, the 4 balloons on the top, right? It says upcoming plans.
Yeah.
Then it says recommended activities. Start here to plan your day. The next section should say your resort and the days of your stay.
Yeah.
Click on that. Click on the days of the stay. That range of days. That'll automatically show the countdown. The Citizen Official Timekeeper. Do you see it?
Nope.
So you ready? I'm going to show you my screen. Ready?
Hold on.
It's under
There we go.
Emily's account. Ready?
All right.
It's under her name. No wonder. Click on, see the date?
Yeah.
Boop. I have 75. I have officially, as of now, put in.
Mine still doesn't. I got it. Let me just.
Because you're DVC. Because you're not. They want to give us the peasants that do go to the Disney parks, and we go more often than your average peasant, so to speak, compared to you. I'm trying to speak your language so you can understand, but you can't empathize because you don't know what that means. But regardless,
Yeah. How many do you have?
75. How many? What are you down to? I mean, we can do simple math here, friend. You're
Yeah,
like,
I know, but I don't like to do simple math. I think I'm 70 or 69.
well, you're going that Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So, and when you're driving back, you're leaving that Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday. When you're back in Virginia, I'm going to be up at 3:30 in the morning at the beach club, and we're going to walk over. We're not taking a bus. You got it? 71.
Days.
Yes, you got me. You got me beat. You'll be down there before, and you are winning the day. But regardless, that Sunday, the 21st, we are going to try and meet up with Marco. He talked about going to Ohana. We're talking about maybe doing Chef Mickey's for breakfast after the race. I've never done Ohana. We had reservations last time, but we backed out to do dinner at Ohana, not breakfast.
Whoa.
But we backed out and did Storybook Dining at Artist Point at Fort Wilderness.
Yeah.
Last time. But this time around, we're looking at doing dinner. We're doing Chef Mickey's and Ale and Compass.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing probably going to do, at least when we go to the parks, the plan now is that Friday, for now, and yet again, where everything is up in the air, we haven't booked anything. We're looking at doing, oh gosh, I forgot what Em said dinner-wise. It doesn't matter. Epcot's all over the place because that's Flower and Garden at that time.
We're eating. Caitlin wants to do. We've already got what we want to do, but Caitlin wants to eat at Epcot. Eat around the park one night.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to Space Lounge, and we were really kind of playing with the idea of going to Beer Garden,
Mm-hmm.
doing that buffet. I was like, let's just save that because we're doing the cruise in December of this year, and we're going to do 2 days of the parks before, because the plan is to surprise the kids because they know we're doing the cruise. We just got the kids' passports today, which is fun. It's real. Can't wait. Second inaugural voyage up the Disney Treasure on a Mansion Lounge with an official merch. I know. I feel the same way. I would be pitching a tent as well if that were the case.
Yep.
If I were in your shoes listening to me talk about this, but
I've ever told you I really don't like you.
Every day of your life.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Every single day of your life. But that I digress.
Yeah.
But
Well,
We're gonna drive. Hold on, I'm not done talking.
I know you're not done talking.
but we're gonna drive. That's why you want to interrupt me. We're gonna drive down Christmas Day, surprise the kids, open gifts, and go. All right, time to go. We're gonna pack the night before. They're gonna say, "Go where?" We're supposed to go to our grandparents in Greenville or host. No, we're going to Florida. Let's go, kids. And we're gonna go down and spend 2 to 3 days in the parks, and then 28th board the Disney Treasure at Port Canaveral for a whole week. And we're going to Jamaica. Sorry, Cozumel, Mexico, the Yucatan, Jamaica, Montego Bay, and then back to Grand Cayman Island, and then to Cape. What is it? Castaway Cay. Castaway Cay. Yes. And my plan is to run the Castaway Cay 5K and get my own medal and enjoy that. Hit the beaches and then drink and pass out.
Well, congratulations, Abbott. I'm
Yes.
really happy for you.
Yes. Yeah. 15 grand in the hole, but it is what it is. So
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'll be using my 15, all that money to get autographs on this thing.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But anyway, I think we're at that point.
Yes,
I'm
we
tired. We are pushing it. I know you don't work tomorrow, but still you got to get some sleep. I got to get up early and work tomorrow.
Wells has got
Monday
some lessons.
sometimes. Has what? Swim lessons.
Yes.
You're living all the good things. You're doing all the fun stuff. And they're probably way too early, like 8 o'clock in the morning, right?
11 o'clock.
So you're sleeping in until
Sleep in a little bit till probably like 8.
that's BS. Anyway, I'll be up at 6. So
There you go.
So I'm Disney Dude Abbott.
Disney Dude Taylor. And we might have some seriously cool changes here soon.
Changes?
Maybe to a name.
We're not there yet. We're going to talk about it, but rebranding may be coming, but that is still an ongoing conversation. The name is good, but we will work on that.
Yes.
Need a logo to go with that said name. Okay?
I'll do it right now.
Do it. Send it. Have a good one.
All right.
See you Sunday.
See you.
Later.